Oh, hello there. What do you mean? What do you mean it's been 2 months? You're lying. It hasn't been 2 months. Great to see you guys again. Welcome back. My name is Rory. I'm working on my first multiplayer video game in Unreal Engine, and it's a game of tag. But to tag other people, we have to slap them on the booty. And recently we've been going under some pretty major changes. The game is still a multiplayer game of tag, but we've been refocusing on what we want the game to be. Today we're talking about the structure of the game. 2 months ago, we just wrapped up our first alpha test, and this alpha test was basically the first time we tested with 8 people in a lobby, which is, for our game, a full lobby. This game doesn't have servers. It's not a dedicated server game. It is a peer-to-peer hosted game, and that's where I've fallen and trapped in my own little head about what I want this game to be. Because up until now, I've sort of just been doing what I want with the game. It's always been peer-to-peer, and to me that's been fine. But I've sort of realized over these alpha tests that if people are buying this game, once we release it, it's out of our control. People are going to see it on Steam, and they're not going to know who made the game. They're not going to care who made the game. They're not going to care that it's only been made by 2 people and that it's my first multiplayer game. It's my first video game, not even multiplayer. I haven't even made a single player game. I just dove into this. So what has been our solution? Well, since our alpha tests, instead of just the one tag mode, we now have about 10 game modes. Wait, let me check them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. We have 9 game modes, and I decided I really wanted to lean in the direction of a party game. Currently, the game was on the edge. It was on the very cusp of being a hardcore multiplayer game, where it's like, we got Splitgate, Call of Duty, Halo, games where you join, it's like dedicated servers, you party up with your friends, you start a game and you just fucking kill people, get the numbers go up, get the battle pass, And I decided ultimately we do not want to go in that direction because people buy the game, and all of a sudden we've built the perception that this game is a competitive tag game built on dedicated servers with quality team assurance behind it, where really, it's not. It's just me and Blake. It's just 2 people making our first big game. And so I think just in line with the comedic nature of the game of slapping ass, that's the entire theme of the game, is to slap ass. Such a more obvious move to go in the direction of a party game. There's the custom games where people can just make custom levels and host custom games. But then there's the Spanky Champion mode, where all of our game modes are just going to be shoved into the Spanky Champion mode. Spanky Champion is basically, you just join a game, you can be with your friends or not with your friends, and once it fills up, you just play 5 consecutive games of just party games of tag, and they're not hardcore games, they're not like super intense, no one cares about stats, no one cares about KD ratio, it's just about getting the power-ups and having fun with the power-ups on crazy maps and doing booty related stuff, So the game modes we have currently: tag, death tag, infection, feast, freeze tag, regular capture the flag, hot potato, cops and robbers. So that's what Spanky Champion is. You just need to do your best and you have fun slapping ass. There is one winner, but everyone gets experience and everyone levels up, and every time you level up, you get a free bum box, and you gotta open the bum box to get cosmetic items for free. That's how the game is, It's a fun, lighthearted party game. The reason we went with a Spanky Champion mode, where you play 5 consecutive games, is we started to realize that if you just play 1 game of tag and 1 game of infection and 1 game of feast, all of a sudden you are traveling back and forth between the game and the lobby and the game and the lobby, and then waiting for more people to join, and then the game and the lobby. It's too much time invested for 2-minute games. So by playing 5 games consecutively, you're playing a decent 10, 15, 20-minute game and then going back to the lobby, and it's just more fun that way. So we have custom games, champion games, and the last button is just going to be quick game, where it's the same as a champion game, but you only play 1. You just get into the lobby, you just play 1 game. So, how did we make 9 game modes in 2 months? It was more like 1 month, if I'm being honest with ya, because the other month we spent doing things like fixes on the alpha and buggy stuff and UI and power-ups. So for all the game devs out there, let me go into a little game deving. In the alpha, we just had the one mode, tag. In this one mode, obviously it handled things like players connecting, players leaving, the scoreboard, the game time, all of that fun stuff. We sort of realized that this stuff is pretty generic, pretty global. You would want most of these things, if not all of these things, available in all of the other game modes we ever make. And so I decided to do what lots of smart people would do, would be to make a master mode. And then we base the other game modes children of this master mode. It's the same way materials are made in Unreal. You make a master material or a parent material, and then you make instances of that material. This is pretty much the same thing. So I spent some time to make a master mode. I copied all of the important stuff from our existing tag mode and put them in the master mode. And the great thing is, if we ever need to change anything, ever need to fix anything, we just have to fix it in this one master mode. Hopefully, if the game does well enough, we want to release more and more and more game modes just to fill it up with fun. So I did that. We remade tag as a child of this master mode. By remaking tag first, we could confirm whether the master mode actually did work or not. And then, goddamn, we pumped out so many game modes. I think actually 9 game modes, but we are not using one of them. Maybe, I don't know, it's not decided. And so within the span of over these last 2 or 3 months, we have just exploded this game from 1 lobby, 1 mode to 3 different session types, champion mode, quick play, and custom, with 8 different game modes, and in each of the different game modes there are either free-for-all or team modes, and within free-for-all or team modes we have small maps, medium maps, and then team maps, and then the game modes are hooked into a data table. The maps are also hooked into, so each game mode specifies what size map we want to play on. A game like Hot Potato, we want quick, chaotic, intense, high stakes. We want people close together. We want the potato to swap from person to person to person, ticking faster and faster and faster. So the Hot Potato maps are only locked to small maps. But then we have something like Freeze Tag. We want them close, but we don't want them too close, because if they're too close, the game goes super quick. Freeze Tag is only on medium maps. That gives you enough chance and enough space to tag the other team and also free your team. Whereas if it's on a big map, it's going to be really hard to travel across the map, slap someone, travel across the map, unfreeze your teammate, etc, etc. Now we are well on our way to releasing the game. We have about 4 or 5 months left of development. We're aiming for the end of this year, late November, early December. No locked in date yet, no announced date yet, but we're working on many things, and hopefully we can get it out by that time. I think it's better to focus, really focus in, nail it, and get it out, rather than just stretch out development even further. And with all of this rapid fire content that we've been generating, I haven't really made any videos, any TikToks, any Twitter posts. I haven't made anything on it. We've just been keeping our heads down, and I've been hard at work. So expect to see more frequent YouTube videos. I know that I say that every video. I say I want to get 1 video every month out, and then I don't do it. When you think about it, 4 or 5 months is really not that long. So I'm going to be pumping out as much content as I can, and more devlogs going over the power-ups, the new maps, the modes. So thank you guys for watching. Wishlist Spanky on Steam. Send it to your friends. Tell them to wishlist it, because it's a party game, and party games are best with your friends. I expect to see 50,000 wish lists by the end of this month, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.